We are discussing Adi Lila, chapter number 4, text number 82. You can try to recite after me. Govinda Nandini Radha Govinda Mohini Govinda Sarvasa Sarvakanta Shiromani 82 482 Govinda Nandini Radha Govinda Mohini Govinda Sarvasva Sarva Kanta Shiromani. So Radha Rani, today, yesterday was the appearance day of Srimati Radharani, Radhika. So we will discuss something about Radhashtami today, and what could be a better discussion than what is already there in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, very beautifully described by Krishna Kaviraj Goswami. So this particular chapter is entitled "The Confidential Reasons for Lord Chaitanya's Appearance," and we will go through some portions of this and how beautifully Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami personally actually describes each and every aspect of her qualities, characteristics, and divine pastimes as well. So the translation to this verse is Radha is the one who gives pleasures to Govinda, and she is also the enchantress of Govinda. She is the be all and end all of Govinda and the crest jewel of all his consorts. So this is the introduction of Srimati Radharani. She is the one who is Anand Pradayini, Govinda Anandi, Govinda Anandini, and Govinda Mohini. So she does two things. She gives pleasure and she enchants, both the way she works. And also Govinda Mohini is like mystifies or enchants. And Govinda Sarvasva, everything, be all and end all of Govinda. Sarva Kanta Shiromani. There are lots of Kanta. Kanta means one who is beloved, or one who is a lover. Radha Kanta, we have Gopi Kanta. Kanta means one who is lover. So, beloved. So, amongst all the Kantas, among all the varieties of people or personalities who love Krishna, she is Shiromani. She is the highest. That's why she is so special. So, this is the basic understanding of Srimati Radharani. We actually, before discussing anything about her, we need to understand very carefully how confidential this information is, because this is not meant for everyone. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Prabhupada used to say that this is meant for, this is like a PhD. After undergoing a undergrad and then postgrad, then there is doctorate. So this is the PhD studies of Bhakti literature. And this is not the end, this is the beginning, because further what comes as postdoc, that is the Goswami literatures, where the varieties of pastimes of the Lord are many. Can you just close that? It is troubling the window. Thank you. So amongst all the, we have Bhagavad Gita that talks about the greatness of Krishna. We have Srimad Bhagavatam that talks about first 9 cantos, talks about how Krishna is so great. Each and every avatara who is a expansion of expansion of expansion of expansion of Krishna, how he has done so great activities. Each and every avatar, the Vaman avatar, Kurma avatar, Varaha avatar, and so on and so forth. Narasimha avatar comes and rips apart. But but when you're talking about Krishna, that's Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto. The major volume of Srimad Bhagavatam is there in the 10th canto and 11th canto, which is involving Krishna. And Krishna is giving knowledge in the 11th canto, and Krishna's pastimes are there in 19 chapters all throughout the 10th canto. And so many acharyas, they have written so elaborate commentaries on that. And beyond that, after understanding that, one can choose to enter the Chaitanya Charitamrita, which is more confidential than that. And then, there are Goswami's literatures, which are all the more difficult to understand and comprehend as well. So in our altar, we have Shri Radha Gopi Vallabha, we have Nitai Gaurachandra, we have Jagannath Balabhadra Subhadra, and each of them, if we observe, is having a relevance towards Srimati Radharani. All the incarnations of the Lord, all these forms of the Lord also, they are. I'll come to that. And let us explain that as well right away, because we have Krishna, and Krishna, please come ahead. We have Krishna, who is actually very much Anandani. He gets Ananda and he gets Mohita by Srimati Radharani. We have Jagannath ji, so who is Krishna only, who has gone into the highest form of ecstasy, in which all his limbs have shrunk and his eyes have dilated because of hearing, just hearing about those pastimes at Braj, with Radharani. And we have Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who actually is Krishna himself, who has descended in this material world in this mood of Radharani. So thus, all the three forms of the Lord are actually very much connected to Radharani. So that's the reason it's so confidential, it's so divine as well. And we'll see further and try to understand the tattva bit before we go into the other aspects. So text number 83 talks about this important verse. This is from Behad Gautamiya Tantra, which Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami quotes and then explains. Please recite. देवी कृष्णमयी प्रोक्ता राधिका परदेवता सर्वलक्ष्मीमयी सर्व कांति सम्मोहिनी पर. The transcendental goddess Srimati Radharani is the direct counterpart of Sri Krishna. She is a central figure of all the goddesses of fortune. She possesses all the attractiveness to attract the all attractive personality of Godhead. She is primeval internal potency of the Lord. So this is the verse which is from a Vedic text. And before I explain or I elaborate on this, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami actually does that. So the further texts are all description about each and every verse, each and every word of this verse. So text 84. Devi kahe Dyotamana Parama Sundari. Devi kahe Dyotamana Parama Sundari. Kimva Krishna Puja Kridar Vasati Nagari. So two meanings are given here. Devi means what? Devi means resplendent, most beautiful. Another meaning is the lovely abode of worship or the love sports of Krishna. So Devi means the abode or the most beautiful. Okay. Then what is the meaning of Krishna Mai? Krishna Mai Krishna Yara Bhitara Bahire. Yeah. We have to go to the next verse. Yeah. Krishnamai. Krishnamai Krishna Yara Bhitare Bahire. यार यहाँ नेत्र पड़े तहाँ कृष्ण स्फुरे. So what is the meaning of Krishnamai? One who's within and without our Lord Krishna, completely inundated with Lord Krishna. She sees Krishna wherever she clasped her hands. Yaha yaha netra pade, taha Krishna spure. Wherever she sees, we like we sing this song daily. Prahlad Maharaj is singing. Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsimha Bahi Narsimha Hridaye Narsimha Narsimha Madim Sharanam Prapati. That's the meditation of Prahlad Maharaj. Constantly she is saying, he is saying only and only Narsimha everywhere. But what is the situation of Radharani? Everywhere Krishnamai. She is Devi Krishnamai Prokta. She is completely inundated with that rasa, the mood of serving Krishna. Wherever she is seeing only Krishna. This is her problem. The gopis in Vrindavan, they are actually praying. They are telling, what is this? We have wanted, because Krishna had left them and had gone to Mathura. So they were wondering, we are wanting to forget this Krishna, but we are unable to do it. We want to forget him. He has ditched us. He has left us. He has betrayed us. And we want to forget him. But, we are unable to do this. This is their situation. Our situation is exactly opposite. We want to remember Krishna, but we are unable to remember him only. This is our situation. But they are so highly elevated devotees, the gopis. So in the Shrimad Bhagavatam, we see that as we were discussing yesterday, Sukadeva Goswami did not utter the name of any young gopi. He was always referring them to as the gopis, the young damsels of Braj. So that description is also given. Why is it so? Because when Sukadev Goswami started speaking Shrimad Bhagavatam, so if he would have uttered any of those names, then he would have gone into trance, into ecstasy, and would not have been able to continue Shrimad Bhagavatam. And Parikshit Maharaj was sitting right there with hardly 2.5 days remaining to leave his body. So he had to complete Shrimad Bhagavatam. Already Sukadev Goswami had gone to trance when he was talking about Kaliya Leela and about Sudama Leela. So he had already gone to some trance, not Kaliya, someone Leela. Sudama Vipra Leela, 80th chapter, and one more place. He goes into trance. So, um, so he was quite. So that was one reason. Another reason is there, a little more confidential, that the gopis, they are entering within the minds of Sukadev Goswami, and they are requesting, oh, dear Sukadev Goswami, you please don't uh, reveal our inner pastimes, to the people, because you see, um, all of the very senior people are there. Vyasdev is there, Narad Muni is there, all the yogis, jnanis, everyone is there. If they listen to what we have done in our internal mood with Krishna, then they will not be able to, that's very intimate. So tell only the other pastimes, but not these intimate pastimes. But then Sukadeva Goswami is telling to them within his mind, he is telling to them, but I have come here to give that. And if I don't give that, then what will be the hope of the humanity at large? They will not be, Krishna is all attractive. And if this is not revealed to the people, then, that will be not proper. So then they wonder, okay, if you want to speak, you speak, but please don't take our names. It is very embarrassing for us, you see. So please don't tell the names. That's the reason Shukadeva Goswami does not utter any name. But Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is having that, because he's talking about a very important tattva. Who said that to Shuka? The gopis. The gopis, those who entered within his mind, and they told it to Shukadeva Goswami. So this is how Shukadeva Goswami, although he is wanting to speak, but he is having limitations. So in the 21st chapter of 10th canto, Shukadeva Goswami talks about the Venu Geet. That's the beginning of the ecstatic, love of the gopis. It is budding stage. The love is in the budding stage. Jai Shri Radha Gopi Vallabha ki jai. Jai Shri Shri Jagannath Balbhadra Subhadra Maiya ki jai. Jai Shri Gaur Nitai Bhagwan ki jai. So, in the 21st chapter, the Venu Geet, that is the budding stage. The love of the gopis is experienced through some expressions of Krishna, or through his flute, song of the flute, the Venu Geeta. Further, we see there is another type of Geet which is known as the Gopi Geetam, that is in the 31st chapter, in which they actually meet Krishna, and then Krishna leaves, and then they sing a song, to call for Krishna. Very beautiful expression of devotion, and that is in the Rasa Mandala. And then there is the another Kirtan which is known as Yugala Kirtana. That is in which there are couplets. There are two verses. That is in the 35th chapter, 10th canto, wherein the gopis are singing. Um, they are meditating because Krishna daily leaves um, Vrindavan to go along with his cowherd boys, and whole day he is not there. In the night the gopis may be there with Krishna, but in the whole day they are having their separation. Because of that, they sing the glories of Krishna to mitigate that separation. So that is known as Yugal Geet. Then there is the Viraha Geet, when Krishna is leaving, the Vrindavan and going to Mathura. Then the ecstasy of the gopis, and they are still hiding things from the people before this. But actually, when Krishna is going, all the gopis, they are running and telling Nanda Baba, "Are you understanding what is happening? He's not going to come back." Nanda Baba is saying, "No, we are just going for a few days. We'll be back." But the gopis are understanding this is Krishna is not going to come back. Please don't leave him. Don't leave him. Catch him. Hold him. And they are not wanting to suppress it anymore. They are ready to show their actual love for Krishna. And then, still when Krishna, that is the Viraha Geet that comes in the 42nd chapter of the 10th canto. And then there is the pinnacle of all the Geet is the Brahmar Geet, that is in the 48th chapter of 10th canto, where Uddhav returns back because Krishna is wondering that I have left the gopis and remaining here after killing Kamsa, I did not go. So Uddhava is a little bit wanted to having some understanding, because he is having a little bit pride about his being a very close associate of the Lord. So he sends, you go and give my letter to them. And while he is telling some things, actually he is the learner. And then ultimately Uddhava prays, my Lord, I want to become a Gulmalata of all, so that I can take dust of all your lotus feet. So that is the realization of Uddhava. So that's the Brahmar Geet, in which that's the peak of love and devotion, that's love and separation. So this is that mood, this Brahmar Geet which Radharani is having at that instant when she is seeing bee, what do you call that? Bumblebee. That bumblebee, when is coming close, she is talking to him, and then basically there are 10 types of jalpas that are maintained. We understand only one jalpa, prajalpa, but there are sujalpa, vijalpa, prajalpa. There are lots of jalpas which are mentioned there, by Chakradeepak. But when Krishna, this particular chapter is mentioning what is the reason Krishna appeared and what are the confidential reasons. So this is the reason. Krishna wants to experience what is this love that this Radharani is having, which I am not able to understand. Now Krishna is the one who understands everything. सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निवेष्टो मत्त स्मृतिर्ज्ञानम अपोहनम च वेदेश सर्वे अहम विवेद्य वेदांत कृत्य हृदय विचाहम. Krishna is knowing everything that is existing. He is knowing ins and outs of everything. He is knowing what's going on within our heart as well. In each and every living entity, at any particular moment, Krishna can tell that, because he is God. is Paramatma, and that he does not have to do it. It is one expansion of expansion of his can do that. But Krishna is, although he is all knower, but he cannot understand one thing. That what is this love? What is this devotion that this Radharani experiences? I'm not able to understand. For that understanding, he has to himself come back and experience it. That's who is Lord Chaitanya.
Really not understand?
Yes, he is really not able to understand it.
It's not Yoga Maya.
It's not Yoga Maya. It's the truth that he is actually unable to understand what is his love. That Yoga Maya is again further expansion of one of the Shaktis of Krishna, which is coming by the grace of Radhika only, Ladini Shaktis. But Krishna himself is actually unable to understand. And that's the reason he is coming back again, after 4,500 years to experience that. And what is this love and separation? And if you see Lord Chaitanya, he stayed in this planet for how long? Anyone has any idea? 48 years. So first 24 years he was in the Grihastha ashrama and doing his pastimes of Nimai Pandit, and eventually he got initiated and was dancing and chanting with his curly locks of hair, but eventually he took sannyas. And after taking sannyas, he went for a South Indian tour for 6 years. For 2 years he went for the South Indian, and 6 years he was kind of preaching. But last 12 years of his life, what was he doing? If you divide that, last 18 years of his life, what was he doing? He was there. Last further 6 years, he was having personal, intimate devotees only circle, and he was having some very nice relationships. That's given in the Antarila of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. So first 24 years is Grihastha ashrama. Then he took sannyas. 24 to 28, 24 to 30, he went to South Indian tour, as well as he was kind of preaching a lot. But then after 30 till 48, first 6 years, 30 to 36, he was kind of having sweet dealings with the devotees. That's explained in the first 13, 14 chapters of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antilila. But the last 6 chapters, 14 to 40 through 20th, that's the reason, one of the internal reasons why Lord Krishna came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he was simply, for those 12 years, he was simply experiencing this love and separation. Those moments of Radharani, which she was experiencing while she was in Brahmara, experiencing the Brahmara Geet, that is exactly what he was experiencing all throughout last 12 years of his life, which is indescribable. And like, I'll tell you one pastime which will reinforce this. So there is, if we go to Vrindavan, there is a village known as Barsana, and there is a village known as Nandagaon. In between Barsana and Nandagaon, there is a small place, Kund, which is known as Prem Sarovar. So what is the pastime of the Prem Sarovar? It is a big, huge pond, and there, once Radharani and Krishna, both of them were sitting, and there was a kind of they were having their pastimes, and there was a bumblebee that came, again bumblebee, a Brahmara that came, and that was around. So Krishna, because it was disturbing a bit, so then Krishna told Madhumangal, who is his friend, that please drive him away. And Madhumangal drove him away and told, Madhu is gone. Madhu is gone. Now Madhu means that bee. But Radharani took this as that Madhu means my Madhava, my Krishna, he has gone. And while Krishna is sitting right there beside her, she starts crying. And she starts crying intolerably. No one is able to convey and convince her that, oh, Krishna is right here. Why are you bothering that he has gone? But she is experiencing what? She is experiencing Vipralambha, love and separation. Vipralamba is the highest degree of love, which is actually inconceivable. I have, to be honest, I have not yet actually realized what is that amount and degree of love. But it is, I have heard from my spiritual teachers and masters that it is the highest form of love. Sambhoga means being in closure with the person whom you love, that beloved. And Viparalamba means being away from him. And even one is away, one is actually experiencing a higher level or high degree of love than one is together. That is known as Viparalamba. So she is, although Krishna is sitting right beside her, she is crying. Krishna is trying to solace her, give her solace, but he's unable to do that. He starts crying. Krishna is crying and Radharani is crying. All Sakhis of Radharani, they come, they try to give solace to both Radha and Krishna. They're unable to do anything out there. They start crying. All the friends, the Gopas, they come, they kind of are trying their best to give solace to Krishna. They are unable to do, they start crying. And all these tears that are coming out of all these devotees has merged into that kunda, which is known as Prem Sarovar. It's a it's a lake which is made out of love, expression of love and devotion. And ultimately, what happens is everyone is crying, you know what to do. Now comes, you know, uh, two special character whose name is Shuka and Sari. They are the parrots of Radharani, and they start singing the glories of Krishna. They are singing, now there are purports to this, and that may mean also the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So they are singing Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And they are also singing the beautiful characteristics, glories of Krishna and Radharani. And after hearing that, all the devotees, their ecstasy, it goes away, and they come back to their situation, and they have experienced bliss. Now this is what is prema, I mean the pinnacle. And this is very, very inconceivable for us who are not even able to get some drops of love in this mortal world. Amongst people, we try our best, you know will it work here, and then there is problem. Will it work there? There is problem, because it is going to work nowhere, because it is going to work only with Krishna. The love that we have, that we need to give only to Krishna, because that's what love is meant for. you know all the things that is there in this world is temporary, and love is permanent. So permanent cannot cling to temporary. So that's the problem. So that experience which I was telling, Vipralambha, that is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants to experience. And that is what Radharani is experiencing in that Brahmara Geet. And that is what is the pinnacle of devotion and love. So, this is very, very, difficult. This is very, very confidential also. So, we will read further. Here, text number 86. Kim va premarasamaya Krishnaya Swarupa. Please recite after hearing. Kim va premarasamaya Krishnaya Swarupa. तार शक्ति तार सह हय एक रूप. So Krishnamai may also mean this, that she is identical with Lord Krishna, because she is embodying the mellows of love. The energy of Lord Krishna is not different from him. Krishna Vansha Purti Rupa Kare Aradhane. अतएव राधिका नाम पुराणे व्याख्याने. Because she is performing aradhana of Krishna, worship of Krishna, that's why her name is Radha. Purana called her Radhika, the greatest worshipper, the greatest servitor All the worships that we do in the temple, that's just a subset of whatever worship she is eternally doing to Krishna. That's why this verse is there in the Bhagavatam. Anaradhito nunam Bhagavan Haririshwaraha Yanno Vihaya Govinda Prito Yam Annayat Raha. So Anaradhita, this is the verse which was quoted by Shukadeva Goswami in the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is containing the words, syllables Radha. He did not take the name. Now, when did this happen? Now, this is the Rasa Leela, which is generally prohibited to study and listen until we have got some proper understanding of Shastra. So, uh, in one of the evenings, Krishna played his flute at the fifth note, and all the gopis, they were desperately attracted to go, leaving everything behind, and they went to the Rasasthali. There are various Rasasthalis in Vrindavan. If you go Amshivata, and also Paitha, varieties of Rasasthalis, various places. But one of the places, so Krishna, when they come, they leave their everything, all uh, husband and their uh, their sons, their children, their parents, their home, um, uh, their reputation. That's what matters for the ladies the most. And um, that is also they have left. That's the reason Krishna says, I cannot repay you what have you given to us, what have you given to me. So when they leave and they come for pleasing Krishna, but Krishna says, please go back. Now Krishna does that to the Brahmana Patnis as well, and they go back. Actually, they go back. But the gopis, they don't go back. They are rubbing their nails of their toes on the dust of Vrindavan, and they're wondering, why is he telling us to go back? Why is he so cruel? But actually, they understand that, you know, Krishna does not want us to go back. So, for their pleasure, for Krishna's pleasure, they speak and they convince Krishna that we are here for your pleasure. And then the Rasa Mandala begins. Actually, from a material point of view, this seems to be absurd, something's not very good, but actually, this is their spiritual body. This is not the material body. There is nothing material happening between a boy and a girl here. Now, when they were, this Rasa Leela went on, Krishna was how many years old? Any guesses? 8 years old. 8 years old. Now, if you see 8 years old child, what kind of wrong feelings one may have. But here, Krishna is having devotional feelings. Whatever Maryada and Dharma he had to do, he was thinking, okay, that let give it to Lord Ram, let him handle all that. But I have come in this, Krishna, as Krishna, in this particular form, in this particular incarnation, I am here in my original Swarupa, and I want to simply reciprocate to the devotion of the devotees. That's all. So, ye yathama prapadyant, the way people want to approach to me, I am here to reciprocate to them. That's the reason Krishna is not counting on to the so-called worldly moral principles when he is wanting to satisfy his devotees. So, how many gopis were there in this Rasa Leela? Anyone? Any guesses? Any wild guesses? How many gopis are here in the Rasa Leela? It's 3 billion. It's 3 billion. I mean, that's what the acharyas say. And Radharani has her own personal set of gopis, that is 630 million. They are her personal set of gopis. So please try to understand, this is not material, this is completely divine and spiritual. 3 billion people at one place, and there is only Krishna. Krishna is Purna Purusha, and everyone is Prakriti. Jai Shri Shri Radha Gopi Vallabhati Jai. So, I'll fast forward and be very short. We're ending in a couple of minutes. So, um, as this Leela is happening, Krishna just at a particular point of time, everyone, Krishna is reciprocating with each one personally, and Krishna expands himself, right? There is Swamsha, there is Vibhinnamsha, there is Prakash, Vaibhav Prakash. There are lots of details, I'll not go into that. But he actually expands himself, and then he is available for each person, each gopi personally. And when that is happening, each of them is feeling, well, I'm special. There is only one Krishna. There are so many of us, but Krishna is there only with me. Each one of them is feeling that. And because of that, there is a sense of pride. And now, this pride is not our kind of pride. This is pride is again devotional, highest devotional pride. This is for the pleasure of the Lord. Again, so when this is sensed by Krishna, Krishna leaves them. Krishna does not tolerate pride. And even the gopis, even in the Ras Leela, what to speak of our Leelas going on. So Krishna does not tolerate pride. Anytime there is any pride, Krishna is just the first one to do the needful to purify us. Krishna does not want to tolerate any pride. He really does not want it. So Krishna is just Gayab, Ojhal. He is not visible anymore. And all the gopis, all of a sudden, their life air has gone. Krishna is their life air. Now he is not visible. Now they are mad. They are really looking forward. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? And that's what is again love and separation. That increases. There is Sambhoga, that is love, but Vipralampa, it increases all the more. And when they were wondering, where is Krishna? And some of them, in the memory of Krishna, they were enacting all the pastimes of Krishna. They were remembering each and every activity which Krishna was doing, like killing of Agasar, killing of Bakasar, killing of Putana, killing of subduing Kalia. So some gopis becoming Kalia. She is dancing, and another gopi is going above, and that gopi and is acting like Krishna and is dancing over the heads of that previous gopi. So they are all going into that trance of meditation of Krishna, and then further, they are going and asking each tree out there, have you seen Krishna? Have you seen Krishna? They're like mad. And then they run all throughout Vrindavan and that forest. And when they are going through one place, there is uh, one Lord Vishnu there, Krishna actually, who is having 400 forms. And all those gopis, when they are coming close to this particular form of Krishna, who is looking like Vishnu, they don't want him. They are wanting Krishna. So when they see Vishnu there, they are going down and they are saying, oh Lord Vishnu, all glories to you. Can you tell us where is Krishna? They don't want anything from Vishnu. Because whenever someone takes darshan of Vishnu, Vishnu gives benediction. But they don't want anything. They just want Krishna. They're so clear and they're so divine, devoted. And Krishna, Vishnu, with all his four hands, he is giving darshan, but then with all his four hands, he is directing, okay, this side, please go that side. All the gopis are running towards that side. But at the end, there comes one gopi looking for Krishna, and that gopi is Radharani. When she comes looking for Krishna, and these are all four arms of our Lord Vishnu. But by seeing her devotion, by experiencing her love, two arms of Lord Vishnu melts away. He is unable to handle that amount of love of Radharani, and that's the reason he reveals his form, and then Radharani is there with Krishna again, and later when this happened in a place known as Paitha. Paitha. So Paitha mein Krishna is Baitha. Krishna is sitting on that Paitha, and that's where this pastime happens. It is in Govardhan near Jatipura, and it is connected that how after all the other gopis are not there with Krishna, only Radhika is there, and the gopis, when they are running here and there in the Vrindavan, they see that there are two sets of feet. One is that of Krishna and one is one of one gopi. So who is that gopi? That is this verse. That anaradhito nunam. This particular one personality, she is the one who is special. She has done that kind of um, that kind of devotion that Lord Govinda, being pleased with her, has brought her to a lonely spot, leaving us all behind. But eventually, Krishna even leaves Radharani, and then the whole Gopi Geetam happens in 31st chapter. So the Lord's Leela is unlimited, and the Radhika's Leela is also unlimited. We cannot fathom that, and we cannot just repeat it within the limited limitations of our consciousness, energy, time, etc. But we can always take this opportunity to seek for the mercy and the blessings, because Bhakti Devi is also expansion of the Ladini Shakti. Then, if we want to practice devotional service, we need to always seek shelter of Srimati Radharani. So, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to serve all of you and speak some things about that I am not eligible for, and giving me this opportunity. You have done a favor to me, and that's why I'm thankful to you. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Radharani ki jai, Shri Radha Gopi Vallabha ki jai, Sai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Yeah, thank you.